I pledged the entirety of the settlement, $7 million to charity, and I intend to fulfill those obligations.
Ms. Heard, that's not my question. Please,
What was
try
your
to answer
question?
my question. Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million, donated, not pledged, donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity.
I use pledge and donation synonymous with one another.
Camille Vasquez has shocked Amber with a strong message to her appeal. Amber is no stranger to Camille absolutely destroying and grilling her on the stand. It now looks like that will continue in her appeals case as well, where Johnny's legal team, led by Camille, is ready to send a strong message to Amber, as well as her attorneys, and make it clear to them that they stand no chance in winning the appeal. So what arguments will Camille and Johnny's legal team make in their bid to win the appeal against Amber? Keep watching to find out. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard have each filed an appeal after the final judgment. At this juncture, we don't know yet the arguments each will make in their briefs, but we can surmise what they might be, especially Camille Vasquez and her team's legal standing. On a YouTube channel by the name of Legal Bites, a lawyer licensed in California and Washington, D.C., breaks down some of the most important arguments of Johnny's appeal to destroy Amber. Starting off with Amber's side, Alight explains how they will try to manipulate the First Amendment free speech argument to their benefit, saying,
But what I anticipate is that the number one argument that they're likely to make here is the First Amendment argument, because, and that the reason for that is because if I were to choose any one argument to make on appeal, one that I could make if it were at all applicable would be the First Amendment, because it's one of the strongest arguments it's going to be a winning argument because it's one of the strongest ones, because the Supreme Court loves protecting free speech. Because that's the way we are in America.
Regarding Johnny Depp's attorneys, she believes they have a very sound case and have several arguments they could make, starting off with an argument about litigation privilege. But what is litigation privilege? Alight breaks it down perfectly.
Means that someone who makes a statement in a court of law, even if it is 100% defamatory, if they are sitting on the witness stand, for example, and they make a statement that is totally defamatory, even if you're like, if everyone knows that this is defamation, like it's a clear-cut case, if they say it while they're in the process of litigation, they're like in court or in an oral argument by the attorney, it is completely privileged because it's a part of the litigation.
Depp's team might argue that because Adam Waldman was Johnny's lawyer at the time he made those statements about Amber Heard. He was making the same argument that he was at the time making in court, so he should be protected by litigation privilege. But there is one problem with this argument, and this is what it is.
What I got from it was because these statements were made by Adam Waldman, not in, say, a filing, not specifically in court, but they were made to a newspaper, to The Sun, that those statements were not they were not protected by the litigation privilege.
But this isn't the only option they have. There is another very strong argument that Camille and her team of attorneys could present to the court, and that is to use the attorney-client privilege angle.
That the attorney-client privilege protects everything that Adam Waldman said in that deposition when he responded, I'm invoking the attorney-client privilege on behalf of my own client, who was Johnny Depp.
In order to prove defamation, you have to show actual malice, meaning that the plaintiff has to prove that the defendant knew that they were lying or were reckless as to the truth of the statements. In order to show liability, Amber Heard had to show that Adam Waldman or Johnny Depp had made their statements in actual malice. Since there is no evidence to prove that Waldman or Depp knew that they were lying, there is no evidence to prove her claims, and this is what Camille could lean on when she makes this argument to the court. Just a reminder that Johnny Depp filed a notice of appeal one day after his former partner Amber Heard filed her own against the outcome of a multi-million-dollar defamation case. Documents filed on Friday in Fairfax County in the U.S. state of Virginia read, plaintiff and counterclaim defendant John C. Depp II by counsel hereby appeals to the Court of Appeals of Virginia from all adverse rulings and from the final judgment order of the Circuit Court entered on June 24, 2022. Even though one argument is stronger than the other, both of these arguments prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that Amber Heard was unable to prove malice on Waldman or Johnny's behalf. It is highly unlikely that these arguments will pave the way for Johnny's team to come out successful and win their appeal. Regarding this appeal, one Johnny Depp tweeted, "Johnny Depp wanted to move on from Heard trial, but fired back with his own appeal. I hope he wins again." That's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.